Hey guys, hope you're well. So I've started this a little earlier, purely because I'm going to try and invite Paul onto the screen here. But just in case it doesn't work, which it has been known to not play along, what I'll do is I have it set. So what we would end up doing is shutting it down and restarting it again, and we'll go through the system we usually use. So hopefully I will be able to see who comes on and invite the people on, and then we can get this party started. So it might seem like a bit okay. Cool. Let's see if it works, Paul. All being well, it will work. Awesome if it does.
There he is.
My God, man, it works.
Is that straight off the phone? Is it? No technology.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's called 2018, Paul.
Yeah, some technology, mate. I am a complete biff at. I'll be honest with you. Some of it I am terrible.
I've done enough of these though to know that it never goes as you want. So
I've warned you,
backup. Have a backup.
Yeah, I got my laptop in front. Well, I got my laptop and I got my PC as well.
Just
maybe 2018, but I've got 4 systems just in case we break down. So it's all right.
So what we'll do, mate? I did say we'd start at 8:30. I wasn't expecting it to. You guarantee if we'd started at 8:30, we'd be fucking about for 10 minutes trying to get this thing to work. So I just thought we'll jump in early, and if people catch the first few minutes, then awesome. How's your day been anyway, mate? Good.
Yeah, a little bit manic, as it always is. Things just changed. You know, people phone me up, and I've got to sort of switch things up. It's just, as you know, probably a day in the life of someone who works for themselves. I'm not going to use the word entrepreneur. If I do, please call me a knob during this conversation, because I hate that word, entrepreneur. Yeah, no, good day.
What about fitpreneur?
Yeah, one of my friends actually, he's an ex-fit pro. He's ex-sportsman. He started a supplement brand about 4 years ago off an idea. We came up together. He's doing about 4 or 5 million a year now, and he's just launched it in America. So he phoned me up and was like, "Right, Paul, can you help me out again?" So yeah, no, it's exciting stuff. So it's good, yeah.
I know your T-shirt, mate, as well. It's got hustle on it.
Yeah, it's my new thing now, because I'm doing a few speaking gigs in the States this year. So I thought I'm going to wear a green T-shirt, talk about my military thing, talk nothing about branding.
Yeah,
just wear a T-shirt that says hustle on it.
I got this today.
So did I.
Ah, legend. It's really interesting, isn't it? I was hoping you'd be a fan. Some people aren't a fan, but you know.
I'll be honest with you. When I first started hearing Gary Vee, I thought he's just talking a load of bollocks, because this is probably about a year ago. Then actually, when I started listening to what he was saying, because he's very I'm like the same. I'm very sporadic. When I start talking, my brain just starts triggering from what people are saying and what I'm thinking. Yeah. And he's the same. So you can see whenever he talks anywhere, he doesn't think about what he's going to say when he turns up. He just goes off on one. But what he says is really great knowledge. It's basically go back to basics. We'll probably talk about this later, but everything he's about is about simplicity and back to basics and just doing shit, pardon my language, doing shit that is core to growing a business, right? Where everyone's trying to do this fancy shit. He just goes, nah. Look, at weekends I go back and I like buying cheap stuff and sell it on eBay. He still does that. Well, he says he does. It might be smoking mirrors, but...
So I am a fan of it. I think the first time I got introduced to him was probably around 2010, 2011. And it was really early days, but he's nice. Yeah, I like his stuff. Simple as that. So look, mate, what we'll do is, I know we're a few minutes early, but what we'll do, we'll just jump in, mate. What we'll do, we'll start with maybe you introducing yourself and telling people watching, just as they start joining, just tell them a little bit about, you know, yourself, mate, your journey, and how come you're here where you are.
Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, because I hate using too many words, because that's what my brand does. So it's all about visuals, right? Basically, I joined the military when I was 18. I spent 16 years in the military. First 8 years, I was Jack the lad, just playing sport. I basically played sport all different levels in the military. Played rugby league for Navy, played rugby union for Navy, did decathlon, did bobsleighing. I mean, tiddlywinks. If I got a free T-shirt and got time off, I played sport. But I played to quite a high level, so I was always fit, if you want for a better word. The last 8 years of my career, I've decided to progress myself to a senior engineer. And during that time, I was very, very lucky. I missed every single war. I went to all the best places in the world. I spent 2 years in the Caribbean drug busting. Basically, I was just a pirate for 2 years, busted 1.1 billion worth of cocaine, street value. So interesting things you see when you do that sort of stuff. You know, you see Narcos, it's a little bit like that. But anyway, I got 16 years and I realised that I saw my path in the military had ended. So I was going to get out. So at the time, I was fit, I was in shape and stuff. So I naturally went into PT, if you want to call it that, because I wanted to get out of the military. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a degree in aeronautical engineering. So I said I've got a degree. I cheat my way through all of it. So if you ask me to change a plug, I probably couldn't do it. But I've got a degree in choppers and things that fly. So yeah, I left the military and I went into PT. Luckily, I had a few friends in London that were doing new people in high places. And I went and worked at Equinox in Kensington. So I was training people like Prince of Bahrain, celebrities off TV, daytime TV. You see them on ITV now. A lot of them, music stars. You know, Danny Jones is one of them from McFly. So, but I stepped back a bit. I did a lot of nutrition track qualification and UK strength and conditioning courses and stuff before when I was in the military. So I didn't just come out and be a newbie PT. But I started PT, and what got me really quickly was I got really pissed off with supplements really, really quickly. Maxi Muscle were basically selling shit in a pot. It was basically soy protein. And I got frustrated. So I thought, well, can I make stuff for myself? And on that journey, discovering that, I realized I could make it for myself and make it for my friends. And that turned into a brand. And that brand did 7 figures in 3 years. We won Men's Health Awards. We did really well. But my character, when I'm not happy with something, I shut it down. 3 years in, I shut it down. Just completely got rid of it because I don't want to get too deep into why I did that, but it was a conflict of interest. And then at the end of that, all my friends just started asking me, oh, Paul, can you help me build my brand for me? Or can you help me start my brand? And that basically just developed into doing what I do today, helping guys on Amazon turn over 10, 15 million a year down to the guy who wants to turn over his first 1,000, just teaching him how to connect what he's got to an audience.
Yeah.
And basically, I think for my military career and my school life, I've been very good at just connecting humans together. And so, yeah, brand, that's what I do now. I just connect anyone that needs connecting.
I like
with
it,
a simplistic policy. None of this bullshit detailed crap a lot of people put out there. It's the basics. What makes a human make a conversion or make a step to the next process where you want to be? So it's just looking at that's the psychology around that. Yeah.
So okay, mate. So while we're on that, let's just jump in straight away because there is a massive confusion regarding branding, I think, and I've said it before. Most fit pros don't generally they're not businessmen first. They're usually an interest in fitness. Then they open a gym.
Yeah.
Then do you know what I mean? And then they go, fuck, I know nothing about business. You know. So, and then we start talking about systems. We confuse people with systems and profit and loss, and then this word branding comes in. So, describe branding to somebody who doesn't know what the fuck it is.
It's not a fucking logo. I'll start with that. It's not a fucking logo. Like branding, if I simplify branding is how you make someone feel when they see you or see your business. It's as simple as that. And if I try and break that down a little bit more, you know this anyway, Wayne, but if I break this down a little bit more, how do you feel, or what makes you buy a certain product? Why, if you're me, I like Mercedes. Not because I've got money or anything like that. I just like Mercedes cars. I don't like BMWs. But what makes me feel that way? So if you understand that as a business, what makes me buy something, then you could understand what make that person buy your product. So branding is not a logo. It's how you make someone feel all the time.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Because people buy want, don't they? They don't buy, you know, like nobody likes going food shopping, but you need to go food shopping.
Yeah.
You know, you don't buy need, you buy want. And that's where branding comes massively important, is actually attracting the person's want. Nobody needs to go to the fucking gym. They even want to, but if you've got so many options in your area, this is where branding is massively important, where you create that kind of destination business rather than just like everybody else, but you know, some kettlebells in the corner and call it a gym.
Yeah, so my saying for this, the fit pros I work with, I say to them, so the person decided they want to lose weight. Why the fuck should they go? Why the fuck should they go to you? That's a question you should be asking yourself. Why should they come to me? And what it shouldn't, the answer shouldn't be because I've got this qualification, because I've got 6-pack abs, because I can speak the industry lingo. you got to meet that person where they're at, and if you understand them completely, they'll understand what you're offering, and then they won't look at anyone else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
no, and I think you summed it up really, really well, actually, mate. To be honest, I would hope so anyway after all this fucking time. But so the difficulty part is where do you start? So if you've got yourself a SETI logo, or okay, let's go back one. What's your feeling on people who name their businesses after themselves?
It's great if they're going to be if they are the brand. So
yeah,
if you do that, you're going to have to, everything you do online, everyone sees, is going to have to portray the image you're trying to portray, right?
Yeah.
The industry hates Joe Wicks. I think he's phenomenal what he's doing, because that's my opinion. He's like, irrelevant of what his methodology or anything is, he's helping people change their bodies, right? But he knows who he is, right? So he just sticks to it. He's Joe Wicks. When you see him on his own social media, you see him in the press, you see him on his Facebook, he's the same. He's this cheeky chappy that I've met a few times. Actually, a story about that. I turned him down as an ambassador for my supplement brand because he wasn't tall enough. Well done, Paul. But anyway, yeah, so he knows who he is, right? And he doesn't change the way he is at all. He's just this cheeky chappy from suburban and goes wham, bam, and throws stuff in a thing on Instagram, a pan. So even though people don't like his methodology, if you want to be about brands, look at him in the industry, because he doesn't change. He's a personal brand. He is the body coach, but the body coach is hardly there anymore. It's Joe Wicks, right?
Yeah. So okay, so if you're lucky enough to do, and the story with like Joe Wicks again is a guy who showed up on Instagram for like 4 or 5 years doing content. You know what I mean? Every day, and smashed it, and then that's how he got the book deal, and that's how he got the TV deal, and so on and so on. And people can be bitchy or don't like him, but that's life. But if you're not Joe Wicks and you haven't done 5 years of Instagram posts constantly, do you think there's longevity in having a business that's your name?
It really depends on what you're going into, Wayne. There's some places where it's like you've got an establishment, right? It's absolute, right? But I'll ask the question back to you. Do people know that place because of you, or do they know it because they're naming the business?
No, I would have said, in fact, Chris, who's my business partner and manager, and that he would probably say now Absolute is known for Absolute, because the last 5-6 years, that's what we've focused on, is literally removing Wayne from. In fact, egotistically, the first time I took a phone call and he asked for Chris, I felt like going, what the fuck? What do you mean you want to speak to Chris? I'm the boss. But then you kind of like, you know what I mean? But then you kind of like, well, that's what you've been trying to establish. Do you know what I mean? You've been trying to establish that they don't associate Absolute with me particularly. They associate the brand Absolute, and that's what it is. And I decided to do that a long time ago when I thought to myself, I'm tied into this business. Do you know what I mean? If it becomes me, I think people have to realise that if it was, my name over the door constantly, it ties me to that business constantly. People get so used to me.
Yeah, I think so. For new people coming into business, like personal training is personal, right? And if you're coming new into the business, how do you differentiate yourself from everyone else? If you suddenly, Paul Booth, I know, whatever, I'm excellent Jim, or whatever you want to call it, or excellent PT, it doesn't really personalise you to the people you're trying to work with when you first start out. Look, Virgin, it was Richard Branson at the start. It's Virgin Richard Branson, Gary V's Gary V. I know these are not fitness related, but who's the Ultimate Performance? The guy who owns that, he was the one who drove it first. Yeah. UP. There's quite a few, but I think the whole point of branding is what makes you buy something, what makes you go to that PT and want to train them, because you like that person, right? So for me, any PT starting out, unless they're coming in with a shit ton of money and starting a gym chain, come in and they should be connecting them to the people, because then you become the face of your business and your brand, and then that then builds out, and then you can go and open a gym. But if Joe Wicks brought out the body coach gyms, right, they would probably work because he's got a massive following. Yeah. And I hate Joe Wicks. I apologise to keep mentioning him, but because he's current and he's quite big, right, and he's making millions a year now, he could, because he's a brand now. Joe Wicks became a brand, the body coach. Now he's huge. Yeah. He could then literally bring out protein shakes. He could bring out gym chains, and they would work because he's got following because people trust his methodology and the way he does things.
Yeah,
They trust
absolutely.
him first. Richard Branson puts his name to something and it works. It's not because Virgin have put their name to something. It's because Virgin do. Then Richard Branson comes in and says, we're now Virgin Money. We're going to help you get this, that, and the other, low-rate credit cards. People are trusting the Virgin name, but more than likely trusting the Richard Branson name because he's British and he's entrepreneurial and stuff. So, yeah, going back to your original question, I would say the PT coming in, focus it on about you, but not in a me kind of way. So it's you connecting with individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you can still do the same and still have a name for your business, but you still make it clear that, you know, that's the name of the business. And then slowly, as you get the audience and you can start maybe remove yourself from the business per se. Unless of course you go as big as Joe Wicks, then you start off with a body coach and then you can literally use your personal name. Okay, so we've got the PT's in. He's decided he's going to call himself. He's going to call his business by his name. He's going to work. What's the first way? How does he make sure that he's? How does he become brand aware? Do you know what I mean? So how's he get it out there?
Well, I think so. I've got a thing in branding. Whoever I work with, whether it be a PT or I say it be someone on Amazon who's got 200 grand and they're about to go and start a business. I always say to them, branding is AMP, audience, message, product, right? So the product is what the PT, how he wants to train people, right? So let's say I come out of the military and I wanted to be some guy that was going around basically beasting people as a military, ex-coach. Now, I can't just go and force that on anybody. I've got to find people that want to be beasted, right? Yeah. So what the failures of most personal trainers and stuff is they just try and market to everybody. Where you've got to micro niche down. I say niche, talk to a lot of America's niche, or whatever you want to call it. You've got to micro niche down and go, right, who is my audience first? Who are the people that I want to train? So once you, and if I slow this down, if you know who they are, what they do, how much money they've got, how much spare cash they've got, what magazines they read, what cars they drive, what keeps awake at night, go and interview these people. If you know who they are, you would know how to apply your product with a message to them. So massively key important is when you first come out is don't go, I want to train everybody that wants to get fit. Because people go to the gym for different reasons. Sometimes it's, don't get too deep into that, but you need to know who you want to train and what type of person that is. So when you come into the gym or you go to around someone's house, your voice you're projecting verbally to them or digitally online is talking to that individual all the time with the same consistent the word message.
I like that, and I've had this thrown at me before, mate, and this is my opinion on like things like using niche, and people go like, if I'm going to use this is my target. I'm like, you know what, I'm a coach. My coaches are very efficient at training pretty much everybody within reason. But I get what I would do is I totally agree with you. I definitely wouldn't want to try and like do one marketing type to all people. We create products for different people. So we'll create products for guys who want to build muscle, women who want to lose fat, older guys who want to be able to move more and get a wood in the morning, older ladies who just, want to, you know what I mean? So we create the products to suit our audience. It's no good doing like you say, mate, it's no good doing a beasting. You're known as the guy who beasts everybody, but you're trying to get 60, 70-year-olds to join it because they're fucking not going to do it, So you're absolutely right. Yeah. So, okay. So, logos, right? How important is it?
Not really important at all. People do. Anyone who's on this live stream now, never, ever, ever put a fucking dumbbell in your logo. It is. Or someone doing that in their logo. I train women 21 to 33. And it's a dude's arm doing that on the logo. What's that about? Again, it's not connecting to your audience. Simplify. If you're a personal brand, make it your name, but don't put PT on the end. Just look at what the big brands do and sort of emulate them a little bit. But remember that you've got to start from the bottom. So do not put shitty. Just strip it back. Again. The body coach, his logo is the body coach written out. Your logo, absolutely, you've got your bit underneath it. This is absolutely, absolute, bold red. You see it, it doesn't confuse you, right? So let's keep it simple. The internet has changed the way logos are. If brief history of logo is basically a logo was a trademark stamp years ago.
That's
when
right.
we had black and white TV, or before TV, black and white paper. Then TV came along and people decided they needed contrast in the logo so it would stand out on TV. Then colour TV came and they wanted more contrast so it stood out. But now as we've gone digital, and now we've gone to computers and laptops and mobiles and everything, you notice all the big brands have gone flat logos. What I mean is Netflix is now not, it's not like punchy, it's just flat, it's N. You know, Facebook's an F. You know, LinkedIn's an I. So that's the way people see brands now. Look at what the big brands are doing. They spent 6-7 figures on trying to get their branding right. So, you know, don't try and go against it or row upstream. Keep it simple as hell, because your brand is about the message you give. The logo is just a stamp. So when someone sees it, they go, oh yeah, that's Wayne. Oh yeah, I haven't got a logo. I don't need one. But it's the business I'm in. But yeah, the logo's the last thing. It's the message. You know, someone's Innocent's a massive smoothie drink, you know, in the world. Coca-Cola bought it. If I said to someone, what is Innocent's logo? Most people wouldn't be able to tell you.
That's right.
Because it doesn't matter, because their logo is their name. And the fact they're juices, right? Again, irrelevant the shit they put in it, but they're probably the biggest selling juices on the planet.
Because you're absolutely right. They've sold the brand.
Yeah.
I mean, they did, you know, and that's so, like, it's really funny because like you're talking about Virgin again. You know, they chose a single name. There's no silly logo to it. There's no silly twirls or you know what I mean, or like a fucking train going through it or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and a long time ago we chose Absolute because we are Absolute. We do pretty much, and you know, we can work with anybody. Kind of, you know what I mean, the message. But the reason I wanted to do that as well is because when we then open the deli, the Absolute brand can carry through all the different facets of our business.
Yeah.
Whereas if we chosen like a logo of a fucking muscle guy, how the hell do you use that? And I know it sounds boring and dumb. People are like, yeah, but I want a really fancy one. I want people to know that I want my logo to tell people that I'm a personal trainer. Like, you got it completely wrong. Because then, you know what I mean, they don't give a shit about your logo anymore. They give a shit about what you can do for them.
Yeah, I have a field day on social media when anyone posts, what do you think of these logos? Give me your opinion. It's like trying to name someone's unborn child that you don't know, because it's irrelevant, because a logo has to be relevant to your, again, it starts with audience, then message and products, right? So yeah, you think about, again, so another way of looking at logos, because people get in their head, they want to create a PT logo. If you know your audience, you know what they already see. So let's say it's me. I'm reading Men's Health magazine. I read books like The Shoe Dog. I love Under Armour. I've started watching NFL. Don't know why. My dad is in America, but I started watching it. So there's certain logos I see all the time. So if you're after audience, design your logo around what they already see, similar to it, because that becomes natural to them. They see it and they trust it because it feels natural. But the logos are relevant. You know, if I want to get a six-pack, I wouldn't go to someone because they've got a shit-hot logo. I'll go to them because someone said, my mate said to me, oh, mate, you want to go check out so-and-so because they get people in right shape. There's quality as well. He's no bullshit. He gets people in shape. His dark plans are great. But that's how anyone basically goes to something. Why did, you know, it's just because someone's told him. It's all about trust. It's know, like, trust, value, buy, right? How you get ahead of all them ones, if someone says, go to him, he's brilliant. And the only way you get to that position where someone refers you, if you want a better word, is because you've got a great brand. Because people know what you do and everyone talks about it. If you just see people off, give them a shit service, someone's going to say you're shit, they'll tell someone else you're shit, and then no one's ever going to come to you. I say
constantly, Paul, about people when they're talking about their business, and it's, you know, they kind of like run ahead of themselves. And the first thing I ask is, can you get results? Because if you can get results, then that, like you just said, that know, like, and trust becomes a lot fucking easier if you're known as the people in the town. So that's where we kind of started off, as like just focused on getting results, learning our craft. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So then everything else kind of falls in after anyway. So, guys, if you have any questions, please post them, and I will ask any questions.
I've got one here, Wayne.
While we're on it.
Jade's asked, are strap lines important? No. I think you could be known for a saying, right? So let's talk about strap lines. I was in the US over Christmas. I love Under Armour. I went and got some new trainers from Under Armour shop in Florida. And I walked out and I didn't realize what was on the bag. And the bag said, everything we do is designed to make you better. Now, that's not their strap line, but if you look at Under Armour's messaging all the time, their mission statement and everything they put out, it always they always say something like, we create things to make you better, make athletes faster, make you better. So not so much strap lines, but when someone talks about you, you want them, what do you want them to say about you? Not, oh, he's a nice PT, he's got a thing, but what is it? He gets people in shape, or, you know, he's the guy to go to if you want to get abs, or he's the guy to go to if you want to put some strength on your chest, or she's the girl to go to, you know, if you want to get a fat booty. So it's a case of strap line's not important because it just confuses the logo. If you see, what you want is not to see a logo, but to see your content or look at your video. You don't want to focus on that. A logo is a stamp, like a cattle stamp you put on a cow's ass. You know, it could be PB. It doesn't matter what it is. It's how you make people feel. Let's go back to what I first said. It's how you make people feel with your brand. If you make people feel amazing, they'll tell 10,000 people you make them feel amazing. Then 10,000 people are trying to send you £100 a month, and you become very wealthy.
Yeah. So there's a fine line though, isn't there, between like the strap line, like you say, which people attach to constantly attached to their logo. So they've got their logo, and then they've got this thing that follows them all around, which generally looks shit on clothing and everything else. But there's no reason why you can't use like you just described, using a sentence that, like, you know, we get results. If you're using it for a particular, like, do you mean it wouldn't become your strap line, but it would definitely enforce your product. You know, so if it was 6-packs, you go, I'm Mr. 6-pack. Do you know what I mean? Well, you wouldn't, because that'd be wank.
Yeah, if I say like you've been around for a couple of years, then people are going, oh, he's the abs guy. You could put the back of a t-shirt known as the abs guy, because that would more people would know about it. But if people in your local area, well, you know, let's say I'm in Glasgow. If people knew me in Glasgow as the brand guy, right? I could wear a t-shirt saying the brand guy, because enough people saw it. They go, oh, he's the brand guy. But it's on the back of a t-shirt. It's for quirkiness. Your brand is built around your brand is built around your audience, but it's built around you as well. So if you're quirky, be quirky. If you're not an extrovert, don't try and be an extrovert, because people will soon suss on you bullshitting. I think what's that message I saw there? Andy put a good message there. You buy a product based on quality, price, and reputation. Keyword reputation, not because you like their logo.
Yeah.
Good logo. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's exactly what it is. You buy on reputation. So look, you buy on reputation. Some people might go, I love a Mercedes. I'm going to buy one based on reputation, but I can't afford it. So I buy a Ford. I still like Fords, but I buy a Ford instead. So a game of watches, everyone would like a Rolex or a Panera or whatever, but they probably can't afford it. So you would buy one if you had the money, but you can't afford it. So yeah, you buy on reputation, and price sometimes helps there. But pricing, you'll probably go on that price for a lot of trainers and coaches. They underprice themselves because they don't value what they don't know how to show value in what they do. So the underprice. The best thing anyone can do on this stream is charge more. Everyone says it, but I tell you, the day 3 years ago when I started charging more and put the price out there, my revenue went up, and my actual clients went up as well, based on literally 3 times in my hourly charge.
Do you know what, mate? We're kind of going off subject, but I'd like to come back to that. You are absolutely right, because it's usually the common thing when people hire a business coach. First thing the business coach does is put your price up, but that really doesn't help anybody per se, because a lot of it is like their own mental, like what they, you know, if they don't see value. So I tend to think that people price their service at what they think they would pay. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but, you know, I'd pay £10, but I wouldn't pay £40. And so therefore they charge £10, and then he attracts people with the same mindset as them. So when they're trying to get continuity out of them, when they're trying to get them to show up, when they're trying to get them to do, you know, to pay on time and not to constantly come out the woodwork every time they put a fucking offer on, they need to change their mindset first.
Actually, well, that takes me back to the first thing. The most important thing in your brand is your audience. Understanding your audience. If you understand your audience and what spare cash they got a month and what they potentially would buy or pay a month, it develops your product. So if your product is up here and it's £1,000, you know, for a program 2 weeks, but you're aiming at an audience that haven't got £1,000 a year for a holiday, you know, your product's wrong or your audience is wrong. So you have to decide which one's which, right? So if you understand your audience, you know how to price it. So going in and saying, I reason I could up my prices because my clientele and the network I was in was 5 times higher than it was before. So I could do that. But you're right. It's a daft statement if your target audience hasn't got 3 times what you're trying to offer.
but then this is where brand comes in really important. So we've got our lower end products.
Yeah.
So that means that anybody that comes to Absolute because they know the brand and they trust it, we're not turning around to them and saying, well, you know, our price is this. We've created products to match our audience as well. So we've got, you know, the very high end people who are going to pay £500, £600, £700 a month, and all the way down to people who are going to pay £50 a month.
Yeah.
You know, we create, you know what I mean? You created the products. So, and I think this is where your brand, again, you can use your brand to still like, so people still feel like, wow, they get the quality. You don't feel like they're getting the shitty end of the stick where, you know, your cheaper product. Do you know what I mean? And
this is where
really
reputation comes in, right? So if a load of people are saying, you know, let's take your place, for example, Absolute's phenomenal, gets results, blah, blah. And I'm sort of going to go, I really want to work with them, but I can't afford it. The perfect thing you can do as a brand is allow them to purchase something. You know, it's not going to be high. And again, this is like, obviously, if you're a brand online, but even if you're a face-to-face personal trainer and someone says, look, I can't really afford it, forget all the sales talk and trying to convince them to pay it or whatever. And if they can't afford it, what's the product you can offer them that they can't afford? So if you're one-on-one, it's £50 an hour, say, and the person can't afford it, take them online. That's the easiest way to take someone online. You say, look, I can train you online. It's the same service, but I'm not one-on-one with you. We're online. Which again, so like you say, your brand really, by creating a brand, by creating a feeling for people around what you do, is that when they go, look, Wayne, I really want to work with you, but I really can't afford it. And you go, I understand that, Paul, but I tell you what, we've got this thing online. I'm in. I'm in because I trust you and I respect the business. So I've been honest and said, I can't afford it. And you've gone, I tell you what, we've got this program. Then instantly, from someone that potentially was a zero sale, a shit lead, as people say, is suddenly now a customer. But just a different package level, right? But your brand does that. Your reputation does that. Yeah,
and people have to remember that you didn't cold call. You weren't knocking on people's doors. They came to you for help. So there's nothing wrong with saying, I tell you what, I don't, but we can help you. You've come to me for help. I'd like to help you. How would this work for you? And then you package something up for that person. And that's where, again, it's that trust, isn't it? You know, they'll still buy from you. So that I mean, I fell into that years ago, maybe thinking that people were tire kickers if they couldn't pay you. You know, I mean, you just think, oh, they're just look. But you know, then after a while, you start thinking, you know, if enough people are saying, if it was a little less, I'd afford it. You kind of think, well, maybe I should just, you know, produce a product that serves my audience.
Yeah,
you've got different, you know, and the brand again is what helps people do that, because if they trust that brand, that it's like Nike, isn't it? Like they've got, you know, they'll have like outlet stores, and you think, well, why do they sell trainers for 30 quid, and in their store they're like 150 quid? It's like, because you already know the brand, and you're thinking like now, you think, fuck, I've got a pair of Nikes for 30 quid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You've done better than Nike. I don't give a shit.
Actually, on that, mate, I tell you, everyone's cool. Read this book. Actually, talk about Nike. I've got this book so I can show it. This book is about the guy who started Nike and how he did it. There's 1,001 lessons in there about business and about brand. It's just a story about how he did it, but it's what it makes you understand is that the guy who did that, he started from nothing. He started from a failed running career, right? And then he built the biggest sports brand in the world. So what I like people reading it for is because whether you're just starting out in business, you're not going to be the body coach in 6 months or a year. You're not, you know, it's going to take you years to get to where you are. So you have to be patient. I mean, back to Gary Vee, big thing he always says, patience. It is patience. You don't grow unless you're patient. But
it's long game.
Yeah, absolutely. But going back to the old the downsell or upsell, look, any online business, like e-commerce business, right? How do they make more money? If someone can't afford their, let's go protein, can't afford a 2.25 gram protein, they can afford your 1 kilo, sorry, 2.2 kilo. They can afford your 1 kilo. But if you're not offering a 1 kilo, no one's going to buy the 1 kilo.
Yeah.
You know? So it's pricing it right for you. But it goes back to, if you understand your audience, you understand where the highs and lows are, where you can what you can charge. If you don't know your audience, one, you wouldn't be able to speak to them. Two, you won't get any money out of them.
True. Yeah, absolutely. And you just find yourself all day just turning people away because they don't. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If someone's come, as you said, if someone's come to you, they've come to you. They've come for help. So they're in a position where they want to be helped. Now it's up to you to enable you to help them in a way that they can afford or a way that they can manage. Not have this one-all program of like a 10 block that costs 600 quid and they can't afford it. Like, they're shit lead. You know what I mean? It's like they've come to you in the first place. So, but again, they'll come to you because your reputation, your brand will allow them to come to you. Because someone said, in my group, I've been talking to a lot of e-commerce guys about influencers, right? So if you've got an e-commerce business, and let's say I'm selling gym leggings, I'll say that's what my girlfriend sells. But if she's just shouting about them all the time herself, going buy my leggings, it's really difficult to get traction, right? But if she's got 100 people going, these leggings are brilliant, and they've got 1,000 people each, that's 100,000 people that are going to suddenly get eyes on your business, right? So then they're going to say they'll buy them, and then tell everyone else they're brilliant. And that's how e-com businesses get massive traffic, because people say they're great. You know, Gymshark, people like that, it's because they've got people wearing their stuff. And people go, I want to wear that stuff. So it's no different. That's what branding is. Whether you're a personal brand, we're talking about Gary Vee. So we're promoting Gary Vee on this call, right?
Yeah.
So again, he's a personal brand. So PTs, remember, it's everything you do. So if weekends, if you're getting pissed up on your social media and people are seeing it, you ruin your own reputation if you are your brand, because you're 5 days a week on it, Monday motivated, doing this, and at weekends being a complete mess. People are going, I ain't going to trust you. You just talk shit at weekends. Why should I trust you? Yes, you're a real guy or real girl, but I don't see where the continuity is. I don't, you know. So yeah, brand's everything.
No. So okay. So if how much time do you think people should be putting into building brand awareness?
Well,
do you think they should specifically like allot time to it, mate, or just like you just said? If you concentrate on first things first, looking at your audience, that will help as well. You know what I mean? So there's like key stages to actually building a brand. You know, you don't just like get, you know, so some people might be thinking, okay, so I'll drop the dumbbell out of my logo and I'll just have a name and I'll put that out there. And that's still not enough, is it? Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, this is why I say, Wayne, a lot of people, right? You got two of these, and one of these, right? So use them in the right ratio. So as you're building what you like, when you first come into the industry, right, or you've been there for a year, you still don't really know what you want. 2, 3 years, people still don't. They want to make money, they want to help people, or whatever it is, right? That's what they want to do. So every time you train someone, constantly ask questions. I can do this because I'm interrogating trained from the military, right? So I naturally talk to people and I'm interrogating them without realizing it. So you're constantly asking questions to get feedback in your head. So you know, you're asking them all the time, what is it they need? Where do you need help? Where do they struggle? You don't sort of sit them down and interview them and go, where do you struggle? You're just asking questions all the time, everybody, and compute that information all the time. Write notes all the time. After a training session, what did they say? You're not focusing on how you train them, because the way you train is the way you train, but you're trying to find out, you know, where their struggles are, what their mates are doing, where you're trying to get data. So the more you understand your audience, every time you train someone, you're trying to gain information. So this audience information you got just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you really get that information, you can go, right, I've got this product that fits in right here. Right, that's 10 people now have told me that post-Christmas or after the summer, they feel like absolute shit because they've gone on holiday, they've been drinking too much. They can't be asking, whatever it is, right? So you just start building that sort of database up and writing it all down. So you're brand building all the time, because it's the best way to connect with someone is they say something, right? So if you cross your arms, I cross my arms, right? It's like a human primal way of communicating. If someone sits in front of you, squares on, you sit and square off. They sit to the side, you sit to the side. So you mimic their behavior. So listen to what they say all the time. When they say something, you know, just communicate back in the same way, so they constantly think you're connected to them. It's about connection. People buy based on connection. If you constantly connect, hence why movies make us cry, adverts make us buy things, because they get our attention. They connect to us in a way we go, I want that. Or I've seen that dude wearing that tight compression shirt, I want to look like Rock in it, so I'll go and buy a Rock's t-shirt. So build your brand building. It's all the time, but don't think about brand building as like building a house or structure. It's just constantly trying to understand your audience. So when you talk to them on social media, you're not posting something, you're getting crickets. You're posting something and it gets a reaction because you're speaking directly to the people you want to speak to, and then that just builds communication, and then it ends up you going, here's my offer out to the world, and everyone jumps on it.
And that really helps again with your referral side, doesn't it? So people like, you know, so what they do is they come up with like ways to do referrals. So I'm gonna ask them if they want this, give them that, do type of stuff. But I think when you've got that solid brand awareness and feel, and people will talk about where they go because they want people to know that they're associated. So we get people who want to tell people that they're at Absolute. Yeah, because we are the elite studio in the area. Do you know what I mean? So So it's almost like a trendy thing. Same like, you know, people want to like fucking drive the right car and wear the right clothes. I mean, that kind of thing. I know it's like a bit of like snobbery, I guess. I don't know, but it just so what we do is we have people that will refer to us because they're happy to tell people that they're working with Absolute.
Referrals the best thing. Referrals the best thing in any business. Reviews
yeah.
on Amazon make other Amazon buyers buy your Amazon products. You know, Booking.com is based on reviews. Trivago.com is based on reviews. Everything online is based on reviews. If you go to something there's no reviews, right? Why would you trust it? If you see a PT online and someone said, "Oh, go and check this PT out," or someone's shouting about themselves saying, "I'm the best PT in the area," or "I've got the best workout thing," you go to their Facebook page and they've got naffle reviews, and no one's saying they're brilliant. You'd be like, "Well, he's got no reviews, he's got no following, he's got no likes on his social media. Why the fuck should I trust him? He's talking out his ass."
Yeah.
So it's just,
and it is that easy. And in today's digital world, it's that easy that you can judge somebody on whether they've got likes on Facebook, how many people follow them, what their Google reviews are of their web, you know, of working with them, you know. And I mean, again, the guys that are watching, if you're thinking, well, I've asked my clients how to go and give me a review. The easiest way to do it is create a video and show them exactly where to fucking go to do the review. Yeah, it's as simple as that. We create videos saying, like, you know, when people go, we go, right, if you go here, click that button, type, you know, if you feel like you want to write something nice about us, that'd be really great. If you don't, then don't write it.
Do you know what the hardest part for most people though, Wayne, is asking?
Yes.
And the fear of someone going no, or them giving a bad review. It's all good. Just ask. They can say no.
We just simplified it, Paul. We just literally showed them how to do it.
Yeah, but even
sometimes people are like, "Oh, I've got to do that tonight." You know, but if they can do it quickly, so you know what you don't want is Mrs. Smith at home trying to figure out how she does it, and then half an hour later gets really frustrated, thinks, "Oh fuck, I can't be asked." Yeah, you literally go here, click that, right, done. It'll take you to. You've literally made that again. You've saved them a lot of time, which is like Gary Vee will talk about if you could save people time. Yeah, it makes that transition so much easier.
Yeah, I call it simplifying. From a conversion point of view, I just call it simplifying. If you can simplify anyone's life through how they move to your website to how they pay you, everything. Yeah. If someone goes, "Oh, how much is it?" You go, here's so for example, someone asks you, "How much is it?" 400 quid, here's the link to buy. Or here's always a link to invest straight away. Don't go for them to agree it's £400, then send them a link. You just send them a link straight away. It's just because you make things simple for people. That's not a buying thing. It's just everything. Like you say, make a video, simplify the payment. You know, simplify someone to be able to work with you. Simplify your social media so they can understand what you do. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the easiest part. I'm just gonna. Okay. So this actually came from Chris, mate. Would you spend more time creating a brand or a destination, or does creating a destination create a brand?
Both. When you said destination, what do you mean by destination? That's a good question. That. You see that? Create a destination. As you mean like Absolute, like a destination there? You mean?
So I'm going to get ribbed for this, right? But it's like, okay, if you're going to hotel games. Yeah. So I would say like the Savoy and the Shard are destination hotels. At the end of the day, a bed's a bed. Yeah. Once you're asleep with your eyes closed and the fucking lights are off, you could be anywhere. Yeah. But they've created that people want to go and stay at the Shard. They want to stay at the Savoy. You know what I mean? They want the nicer things, you know. So what they've done there, it's not necessarily much the brand, it's the fact that it's a destination there where you want to, you know, like you said earlier about Mercedes cars. Not everybody can drive one or afford one, but it doesn't mean they wouldn't want one.
They desire one, yeah. They desire it.
Yes. So I guess in a way, you're right, mate. It is both. You've got to build desire, haven't you? If you build desire, and people go, like I said earlier, it's need or want. People don't buy needs; they buy wants. Nobody walks into a shop and go, like a girl wouldn't walk into a shop and go, "I need that dress." She go, "I want that dress." Yeah. You know, people buy want and desire. So yeah, it's good.
And they might want that dress because someone else has bought it. But yeah, you're right. It's destinate the generic PT that's out there. Build a brand, build a reputation around you that creates people screaming about you, saying you're great.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any more questions, guys? Because I'm very aware that it's quite late and Paul's a hustler. He's probably been up since 3. So if you have any questions, guys, ask them now. Otherwise, I'm going to let.
So Dave's put he uses a slogan. I think he put the best part of your day in my biz. I use the best part of your day in my biz.
Yeah,
it's a bit fluffy for me. That.
There you go, Dave. You're a fluff. We knew that anyway, mate.
The best part of your day. Well, I can tell you what. If I would rather be on top of my missus than be in the gym. That's the best part of my day. And that's just, so when you come out with slogans like that, what you got to do is you got to remember it's all part of your message, right? Because the best part of your day, it might not be. I'm going to the gym because I'm a fat mess. I need to get himself in shape, right? So you got to think it's connecting. It's, sometimes people say, Nike Just Do It is the best slogan in the world. I love it because it can mean anything to anyone. Yeah, that's why it's brilliant, right? So that's why I dislike slogans, because sometimes when you put them out there, you can either say, make yourself look fluffy or wafty or crappy. Just don't have them. Just have a purpose.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. Because again, the best part of your day is if you're a gym person who loves the fucking gym, like the Instagram model, like I'm in the gym again training my ass.
Yeah,
I mean, stop, your ass is big enough. But you know what I mean? It's like for most fitness people, that's like 5%. I only have maybe 2 or 3 of my clients who are, serious about looking like ripped.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And want to compete or whatever like that. Most of the people are there, like you just said, because they fucking hate themselves and they want to improve.
Yeah.
So the gym is not the best part of their day.
It's a means to an end, right? It's a destination, as I said before. But that's why I say slogans and things you put on your thing can put people off, because if people look at them and go, "That's no bollocks." Just be yourself. That's your brand. If your brand is you, just be yourself. Don't try to come up with a slogan you don't say.
Absolutely.
If
it sounds good to you, you probably shouldn't use it.
if I had a slogan, it'd probably stop being a fucking moron and use your common sense. That's because I said it to a lot of people on the calls, but I couldn't put that on the Facebook. Stop being a fucking moron and have some common sense, because it is me. Actually, I might use it as a slogan. I actually quite like that now.
Why not?
It's what I say to people, because common sense is not common. And if you just do things that make you buy things and just be a human to people and not trying to act like someone else, like you see a guru online, you start trying to copy him and start using the same language as him and start using the same bullshit words they use, and I get sick and tired of that. Just if you be yourself, people either like you or they hate you. If they don't like you, you don't want to be working with them, because they're soon if you're working with the wrong people, if you work with the wrong people, they drag you down, because as a PT, you're a basic counselor at the same time. You've got to listen to people's problems, right? And if these people's problems are dragging you down, it's your life shit. So if you be yourself and just always be yourself, but make sure yourself is sellable, right? And just maintain that all the time. That's branding. That's maintain a consistent message that people get. Yeah. When they see you, they understand what you're going to do. If you keep flipping and flopping and changing, people are going to start distrusting you. That's no different to a buying process online. You start clicking and you say, "Oh, that's not quite right," or something that makes you think, "I don't want to click that button." It's because you suddenly lost trust in the buying process and you don't buy. And it's just the same.
I love it. I've built a brand on being a miserable old foul-mouthed bastard, and it works for me.
But people know what they're going to get, right?
Yeah.
If you start, I think that's people are, "What the fuck's he doing?" If you start trying to if you change your character suddenly, people are like, "That ain't Wayne. This is like his false persona." People wouldn't trust it, because people would say, "That's not Wayne." Right? And no different to if you suddenly come online, and I meet a lot of people offline that are online, and there's some of them that just are fake as fuck, right? Because you see them online, you think, "That's not the person I met last weekend. You are so different." And that frustrates the shit out of me, because it's like it will eventually bite you in the ass if you're not the same, right? If you are, we're going back to, if you are someone who's 9 to 5, Monday to Friday on it, fitness, and then a weekend you're a pisshead, whatever you want to get up to and eat and shit, right? Do that, but don't expect to have a business, right? If your business is being that person and people buy into that, because there's probably a lot of people that would buy into that, then do that. Look, I know some PTs do phenomenally online, and they just literally rip the shit out of every dart that's out there and take the piss out of it. But they have an audience, because the audience they're going for like what they say. Rightly or wrongly, they like it, right? So they buy into it.
Yeah, and it builds that again, that that following, doesn't it? That following then helps you build that brand, and that's like exactly like Joe Wicks did with originally. When he came out and everybody was running him down and saying he's you. And I used to say to people, I really don't think he gives a flying fuck.
He done
when he when he made 10.2 in his first year. I don't think he was really concerned what people on the internet were saying about his product. I'm kind of like the same as like Gary Vee. People go, oh, he was given a family business. He was given millions. It was good, but you still have to look at what he fucking did. Do you know what I mean? He could have just been still working there, going and driving around in a car, going, I'm Billy Big Bollocks, but he didn't. He took that and grew it and grew it and grew it and grew it.
Yeah, he did, absolutely. Yeah, and the Joe Wicks thing. Look, he's got a way of doing things, right? Yes, I know people he got six-pack with before he was famous, but he has a methodology, and he's helping thousands of people have a better relationship with food. So relevant to science, all the other shit about it, what he does helps a lot of people, right? Yeah. No different to any other PT has their own little thing or coach or whatever. Nothing's perfect, nothing's right. It's just if you help people in this world, in any job, right? If you help people better themselves in a way that they feel comfortable and they like and they understand, you will make money, right?
Yeah. And I think you just sum that up there where, when people are talking about brand, if they actually answered everything, just did exactly what you just said in that last comment, that the brand builds itself.
It does.
I think people get so focused on the brand, don't they? What is my brand? What's my brand? It's like, you don't choose what your brand is. The people will choose what your brand is. They will align with you, and that's how it grows. As simple as that.
People are the audience. The audience are what buys off you. So, like I said, if I was this military guy who wanted to beast people and I was targeting the wrong people, in my local, they're going to say, piss off. I don't trust your brand. I don't want to be beasted. I'd have to find unique people that want to be beasted, right? It's like everything. Just people are scared to micro niche down into like a specific area. So this is the way I do it for most people, right? You go, this is my idea, right? Can I find a market for my idea, right? That's one way of doing it. If you can't find a market, ditch the idea. Or go, I'm after these type of people. What do they need? Because I understand them. I know not what they need. I find out who the audience is, and I work out what they need, and I offer it to them because that's what I want to do. And it sounds like very digital marketing type shit. But what it is if you understand your audience, you can put a message in front of them, and then you put a product next to it, and they will buy it because you know how they want to buy something. Just don't do the opposite thing. I've got this great idea. I'm going to try and shove it down this audience's throat. Then spend a shit ton of money on Facebook trying to target people not interested in your product. You'll get nowhere. Just connect with people, and then your brand grows. Most online businesses that do really well start in their local area. Nike started in Oregon, not online. It started in Oregon selling one shoe where he used to run. And then it grew and grew and grew and grew. And then went online. Now it's the biggest brand in the world. When you start out, you're not Nike. You're this one guy or one girl trying to get your first client. Was that first client come to you because you understood them, right? Or they're your friend. Then they tell their mate, go and train with so-and-so because he or she does X, Y, and Z. And they are like this certain way. And that turns into 3. That turns into 4. When you consistently have the same message, it just grows, grows, and grows. And you get known for this you become this certain type of brand for delivering X. Don't come out and try and be a big business when you haven't got one client.
Again, though, mate, it comes down to patience and understanding a little bit, doesn't it? So like you just hit that head on with like where Nike started. So if you look at if we look at bigger brands where like McDonald's didn't all of a sudden become a massive fucking chain. It started off with two brothers in a fucking stopped off for a burger. Saw this guy had this system of creating these burgers super quick and thought, fuck, and it kind of grows from that. Do you know what I mean? Apple started in a fucking garage.
Yeah.
They had vision. They listened to. They knew what their audience wanted. They knew what was out there wasn't brilliant. So instead of slagging off everything, they just improved. And I think that's where the fitness industry, rather than go and improve or do better, show their audience a better way or a way for them, they spend their time in groups talking shit about other people who are actually doing it.
Yeah, well, the Facebook story is a great one. I come to the film school, but the Facebook film, right, is brilliant because basically the jocks had this idea.
Yes.
Obviously the Facebook founder, he came up with it, made the idea better. Then every time someone said, oh, we could do this feature, he created it. He basically kept giving people more of what they wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted more, so kept giving it to them. Give them what they want. Because I tell you what, eventually they're going to buy.
Yeah.
So it's,
I think the biggest takeaway message, mate, is for people to start actually understanding their audience and not being afraid to ask their audience what they want.
Yeah, I get people remember AMP. Start with the audience, then the message to that audience, then the product. If you've already got a product, now think about, is the message to that audience right? Because if you've got to understand audience. This big pot of people you want to target, understand them to the nth degree. Because if you understand them, it's not difficult then to sell to them. Because you will know what triggers a buy if you understand them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Look, mate, I really appreciate your time, Paul. Thanks a lot for this, mate. And I'm going to let you jump and go do whatever it is. Go do whatever it is you got to do, mate. And thank you so much, Paul, for your time, mate. I appreciate it.
No, my pleasure, Wayne. You have a good evening.
So if people want to get in touch with you, mate, and they want help, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Just contact me. Just contact me. I'm pretty straightforward if I can help people or not. So just contact me. Messenger, Facebook, whatever. Just PM me. Don't be ask. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Absolutely. Yeah. Best piece of advice my dad ever gave me was, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah.
So, cool. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for joining us. Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, mate. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed that live stream. I am really blessed that a lot of the guys that I asked to jump into these live streams for us will do it. And you know what? I haven't asked one person yet who hesitated or went, oh, I don't know. I think that tells you a lot about that there are some, these guys that you think you probably can't approach because they're just going to hit you with thousands of pounds to speak to them. Turns out that they're not like that at all. They are happy to give their time. So ask. Don't ever be afraid to ask. Have a great evening, guys. And I will see you next week. I'm hoping to bring somebody else in next week if he's back from New York. Anyway, take it easy. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend. And I'll catch you all soon.